All right. So you have to listen to this message. What we're doing is we're going to play a game called Telephone. So I'm going to deliver a message to Chantal, and then she's going to pass the message down to 5 other people. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's the message. First of all, I want to acknowledge you guys as a team, the Young Adult Leadership Team. You guys are doing some amazing work. You guys are doing work that other young adults aren't doing. You guys are digging down deep and finding the courage to work on yourself and being willing to discover your greatness and your personal power. But I have to first take responsibility for something that I notice is missing. And that is, you guys are missing the buddy system. You guys aren't reaching out to each other during the week. You're not making phone calls. You're not checking up on each other. You're not looking out for each other to see if you guys need support. You're not holding each other accountable for things. And so I got to take responsibility for that. And I want to, from this point forward, my new commitment is to make sure that you guys elevate that game to a whole nother level. Do you agree?
Yep.
All right. So give me this, and you're going to take your message and deliver it to your teammate.
So Alex has acknowledged that he's proud of our work as the Young Adult Leadership Team, and
no notes.
Okay.
You never said that, so
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And he wants us to know that we're doing work that other people aren't doing and other young adults aren't even taking responsibility for. He's really happy with the work that we've been doing and accomplishing, and he just wants to take responsibility wants to take accountability for how we're not reaching out to each other during the week and making phone calls and following up on each other's commitments and other things during the week. And that was the message.
So Alex has acknowledged our progress. Alex has acknowledged our work that we've done in the Young Adult Leadership Team. We've been doing more than other people in the community, but he wants us to reach out to each other throughout the week, checking up on our commitments and talking to one another. And that was the message.
Wait, where's the report?
Okay, so Alex acknowledges our work on the young adult team. He says that we're doing more than other young adults in our community, but this is so bad. Verbatim. But he says we're doing more than what other young adults are doing in our community, but he wants us to check up on each other to communicate more during the week, and see how we're doing on our commitments, and just check up on each other.
Okay. Alex acknowledges our work with the young adults and how we're doing more than young adults are in the community, but he wants us to work on involving ourselves with other members and check up on us and how we're doing.
Okay. Alex acknowledges our work as young adults and knows that we have been working hard, but thinks that we need to interact with more in the community.
All right, follow me. You guys stay here. All right, so go ahead and let me know what the message was.
That Alex acknowledges us as the young adult team for our hard work, but thinks that as a whole that we should be interacting more with the community.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
First of all, I want to acknowledge you guys as a team, the young adult leadership team. You guys are doing some amazing work. You guys are doing work that other young adults aren't doing. You guys are digging down deep and finding the courage to work on yourself and being willing to discover your greatness and your personal power. But I have to first take responsibility for something that I notice is missing. And that is, you guys are missing the buddy system. You guys aren't reaching out to each other during the week. You're not making phone calls. You're not checking up on each other. You're not looking out for each other to see if you guys need support. You're not holding each other accountable for things. And so I got to take responsibility for that. And I want to, from this point forward, my new commitment is to make sure that you guys elevate that game to a whole nother level. Do you agree?
Yep.
All right. Let's first go around and let's share your experience. Who wants to go first?
From being the first to watching the last, we left out a lot.
Like what Peter was telling me was that we needed to communicate more with each other and to like check up on each other with our commitments throughout the week. And then when it got back to Bryce, it was like get involved with the members in our community, and I was like, no. I was like,
A big part that got like misconstrued was that Alex didn't say we need to. Alex took accountability for us not being interactive with each other in the group.
Oh, I didn't get that.
It went from Alex was like, I'm taking responsibility for you guys not keeping up with each other during the week and following up on commitments, and then all of a sudden at the end it was like, Alex wants us to
Get involved in the community.
And like when you were talking, I repeated the first part in my head, which totally just effed me up, and I was like, oh crap, wait, what did you just say? And then I started highlighting like the main points that you said, which led me to say like some really short thing, and I'm like, that's too short.
which
That's
I think
exactly what I did with Naomi. I repeated what she said the first time. Said I, in my mind, practiced it. Okay, how am I going to tell, the next person what's going to go on? And then I did that. But while I was doing that, I almost tuned out. And then you said I got the highlights of it, and I said it, but I said it the wrong way.
Yeah, I caught myself.
So the second
getting
part
out.
was completely wrong, and then that just messed you up.
but also since
All right, so let's wrap this up. So what are you noticing that are the key distinctions or the commonalities that were going on with each one of you as you guys were communicating? What were you guys all doing that was the same? What was a common denominator in your ability to communicate?
I feel like we were overthinking.
Working on the
In
goal
your
rather
head.
than what they were saying.
Yeah.
And then forgetting the whole what they said second half, really.
trying to memorize word for word instead of understanding the ideas.
Well, what I'm hearing in all your sharing is you guys are all acknowledging one thing that you were doing with the information that you were receiving. What is that?
Word
In your
by
head,
word?
rewording it.
You were rewording it.
Yeah.
You were almost dissecting it to fit into what you think you're capable of absorbing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say they were going to tell you like 12 different phrases or 7 different paragraphs. You were deciding that you can't retain all that and that you were just going to take bits and pieces of the main stuff. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that if you guys all decided that, then all you're doing is trying to pick out the chunks, right? So I want to point out a distinction called perception. So as human beings, we're being bombarded with like millions of pieces of information all at once each new moment. and we can't process all that information. So what do you think we do with that information?
Figure out what we think's important.
Yeah, we pick out key pieces. So let's say there's millions of pieces of information coming. You decide, and as you're listening, you pick up key pieces. And with those key pieces that you attach yourself to, that you allow yourself to remember, then you formulate what?
Belief.
A belief or a story. So you take all this, and this becomes now a new belief. Is it I or E?
I.
You create a new belief or a new story about what you just saw, what you heard, what you experienced. And now this new belief has pieces that are all missing. And you have to fill in the gaps in between here. So your mind makes up all kinds of stuff. The key thing is that you're making it up. This is how you're perceiving the world. So now the question is, are you open to the possibility that the stuff that you're making up is not real?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
So the times that you want to argue and fight and be right about stuff, you're upset, you're angry, you get defensive. Could it be that you're being defensive and angry and mad about stuff that is not necessarily real?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're open to that?
Yeah.